1 2 1 2.
Should be better.
That's what.
I don't know what that means.
Same thing.
Was it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fun. That's fun.
I wasn't swearing, don't worry.
Oh, that's good.
There we go.
We're not on channel 1 now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ready?
actually, Matt told me.
Yeah, you can't swear or be racist. Right, we're on. Do it.
Oh, okay, I'll try not to be. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Just Jason. I'm joined today with the beautiful and the outstanding Jahna Sebastian. She is a powerful and an amazing woman. I've been talking to her behind stage for a little while, and I've got to say, you are a really positive person to have on this show. It's so amazing. She's a singer, a songwriter, a producer, an engineer, an actress, dancer, and a mother. How was it with all those things rolled into one?
Well, actually, you know, it's a challenging experience, but at the same time, it's always an adventure.
I bet.
Yeah, so it's the way I love it, actually. You know, I guess I wasn't made for a quiet life, you know, so it's great. You know, I'm juggling all those things, and each of them inspires the other.
So you are literally every single one of those because you've inspired to be it.
To be honest, everything just, you know, happened naturally, you know, on a journey. And I've been obviously doing music all my life, and then, you know, I started as a singer, then going, you know, learning production, engineering, and obviously I didn't plan to have kids, you know, at that age, but well, once I had my child, you know, she inspires me now with my music as well, so. And being an actor as well helps to kind of feel, you know, the music and the art world from a different perspective.
I don't know how you'll be able to do it. I can't even handle my own life. So another amazing thing about you is you're one of the few women who actually produce your own music and you make your own beats from scratch. How did you get into producing?
I have always been interested in making beats. First time, you know, I started when I was about 15. I had Fruity Loops 2.5, a cracked version in Russia.
Oh, that's how everyone starts.
Yeah. Well, but it wasn't anything serious at the time. So, you know, obviously I was then just performing as a singer, you know, joining bands, and I had a lot of experience actually producing live bands, you know, in that sense that I'll tell them how to play or what kind of beat I have in my mind, you know, to go with the songs that I was writing. But then when I really took it seriously was when I moved to London in 2006, and because I had to start my life from scratch, you know, in my career, I got to a point when I didn't really have any connections to the music world here yet, you know, at the time. I didn't know any musicians, any producers or anything. And yeah, but I needed to continue working on my music, and I went to the college, Point Blank College in London, for a year and started music production there, and just was making beats there, and then got really seriously into it.
I tried doing it a few times. I couldn't do it. I could never make beats or anything like that. They always come out rubbish.
Do you know what? Actually, most producers' first beats are pretty rubbish. You know, but then, yeah, usually, you know, it could be the first 10 actually, they could be really horrible, but then as you go along and you learn a lot of technical details and you really learn the software, you probably start understanding, you know, how to create a sound that you have in your head, and, you know, but I guess, you know, I've always been this kind of geek.
Yeah, I saw you were big with the word geek. But I don't think that is so geeky. You really have done a lot of, some of the beats for your own songs that you got. I'm going to play a few of those in a moment. Have you done the producing on those as well yourself?
Yes.
That you have some really good beats that you've tweaked there and made excellent. So your geekiness is amazing. What's your favourite program that you use?
At the moment I use Logic and Reason to make beats. I use Pro Tools to record and mix the vocals. But I started out with Cubase and Nuendo, and obviously I used Fruit Loops in the beginning.
Training on Fruit Loops.
But Fruit Loops has significantly improved since that time in 2002 when I had that cracked version. Now it's now you can actually make good music with it.
So would you ever go back to Fruit Loops for a track?
I'm pretty comfortable now with the set of programs that I have. Don't know, maybe just to see how it goes, and it's just good to try out and see how this version today has improved and what I can do with it now as opposed to 10 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe just for that purpose, but I think once you get comfortable with one particular piece of software, or 2 or 3 different types, it's a matter of just knowing your shortcuts and everything, and then you just fly. You can create any genre if you want. You work on any genre.
So I have another question for you. What was your first paid job?
Oh, well, my first paid job was actually when I was playing in Russian folk music orchestra, children's orchestra, and I was probably about 10 or 11, and it was a series of Christmas concerts.
Oh wow!
When the whole orchestra was performing in this place called Pioneers Palace. It's just one of those Soviet Union type of places, and we were just performing around the Christmas tree, and there were people passing by, and listening to the music, and for about 2 weeks. And then the second paid job was when I was 13, and I was in the music video by a Russian rock star, and it was quite challenging as well for me as a 13-year-old.
What did you have to do in the video?
I was a girlfriend of the main guy who was playing. Actually, the rock star was dead by that time because of the drugs, but he was an amazing person. And to celebrate how amazing he was, his friends, other Russian artists, they gathered together, and especially there was this director, and they decided to release an album dedicated to him. And so he wasn't actually in the video, so they hired another actor, and I was a girlfriend of this guy who wanted. Basically, he was a policeman, and he came home one day and he wanted to bake a girlfriend for himself, a dream girlfriend.
Do you know how many times I've tried to do that? And I can't cook. They've come out so bad. Yeah.
So I was one of the 4 versions before she was completely cooked. The first one was totally white. The other one was a little bit more tanned. Then I was the 3rd version, and the 4th version was the African girl, which eventually came out. But there was an allegory as well, and the certain live events of that rock star as well. And actually, funny enough, when I was filming, my mom was running around, and she was very scared because she was just running around and saying, "Please don't take any clothes off, please, don't do anything, anything nasty."
Oh, bless you.
They would say, no, everything is just nice. Can we put her in the oven? Can she just have a little dance? But it's nothing too bad.
So did you actually have to get into an oven?
It wasn't a real oven, but it was a theatrical one, so yeah.
Oh.
And MTV Russia came there as well, and I was sitting on the couch with the other girls, and I was the youngest out of them because the other girls were like 20, and I was 13-year-old, and they were trying to school me and teach me about life. Because they were older than me and trying to say, this is how you get into the industry.
By getting into an oven.
I was just sitting there listening to them, like this little girl, and when MTV Russia came in, the reporter from MTV Russia, the news blog, all of a sudden they all sat down, getting prepared, wishing that they will come to them. And I was just sitting there, just relaxed. And all of a sudden the guy just comes to me and says, "Oh, hello." I was really shocked to see the microphone in front of me. And yeah, he just asked me what I was doing there and stuff. So the following day, you know, my classmates saw me and they were really shocked. They were really shocked, but they couldn't recognize me because my face was for the first time covered with really thick foundation, and I've never used makeup before, so my friends were just like, "Yeah, the only way we could recognize you just by your voice."
So you look completely different.
I just had a very thick makeup on my face.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, that was those type of experiences, you know, first time.
So, what are you musically trained in?
I played in the children's orchestra for 8 years, where I learned to play domra, which is a Russian instrument, like balalaika, but there are 3 strings, and it's quite melodic. So I played there from I was 8 until I was 15, and I learned to read music there. Then when I was 16, I learned to play piano at Russian Academy of Music, and then I studied music production in London, engineering. I also took singing lessons, although I was singing all my life, but I just
to kind of get some more backup.
Yeah, that's right. So just try to learn as much as possible about the nature of music from every side of the music world.
Okay, you were born in a country which is still called the USSR, or the Soviet Union at the time. Then we heard mostly about the notorious Russian mafia after its collapse. What was it like for you growing up there?
It was quite challenging as well, because when I was born it was still Soviet Union, you said it right, USSR, and obviously all of those things about communism applied to it. At the time I was one of the very, very few mixed race children who were born there, and my mom had to face a lot of challenges as well, you know, because before that people could have lost their jobs if they had a mixed race child, or